38.
Please, Rob.
87.4 data 24 and not create. Okay. Now this is a structure of table MAKT parameters. Okay. And you have three parameters with checkbox. Internal tables, and work areas for MAKT. Now, over here, we are referencing fields of MAKT with work area as WA underscore MAKT is a copy structure of MAKT. And we are appending rows of data in the work area to internal table. So you cannot actually directly access internal tables because internal tables, it's a type table also. You cannot access internal tables directly, and it is also a copy structure of TY mapped. So it will have these features, these fields. Okay. So we have Matner 100, Matner 200, Matner 400, and Spras is language. TX is test, is description. Okay, and it is appending to ITMag internal table. Read table ITMag into. So work area was loading all the data in ITMag, but then ITMag is now reading it into all the results into work area with key matter 600. Okay. Over here we have a statement equal symbol. Okay. For single statement, use read syntax. Equal symbol is used in read statement. EQ, the syntax EQ is not acceptable when are writing a read syntax. In other syntax other than read, EQ and symbol equal can be used. When assigning a value, use equal. When comparing, use EQ. Okay. So this is something as additional knowledge. Okay. Okay. Now let me pull some more data. Okay. Read table IT mag into WMAC with key matness 600 spras E. Loop internal table into work area where matness is equal to 300. Okay, so let's first deactivate this one and let's activate this one. Okay. End loop. We don't need a loop right now. Let's read this table first. Okay. Or read table IT mapped into work area with key matness 600 spras E and loop. Now it will first read it and then it will run a loop at IT mac into WMAC where matner is equal to 300, right? WMAC matner and end loop. So until it actually reaches the records where it hits 300, it will write the records. Okay. Check, activate. Execute. 300. So it's not actually picking up. Why? Because parameters. Okay. That's a good question. That is fairly a good question. Let's add that as well. So what? Okay. Internal table. In internal tables, we can actually use or we have an index and a key. Key can be unique or non-unique. Now, key can be the identifier. And if it is unique, only one record, like material number is unique, only one record can be pulled. Non-unique, multiple records can be pulled, like language, spras E, it can pull multiple data. So we can create three types of tables: standard, sorted, hashed. The standard table basically is defined. The example is given here. ITMAC type standard table. It can be made with index access or with key access. Now, key can be your material number or your client number or anything that is unique. It supports linear index. Linear index means it will have top-down or bottom-up approach and only supports non-unique keys. Non-unique means like it will sort it out with non-unique like standard, language based on that. So key definition in the syntax is not mandatory. When defining keys are not required to be mentioned. Since it's linear index, which means ascending or descending order, both index access and key access can be used. Okay. So let me just deactivate this so that it is used as a note. Okay. Read table IT mapped into WA mapped index 3 because this is a standard table. Okay. And IT mapped type standard table of TY mapped. We've already assigned over here. IT table type standard table of TY mapped. Okay. Now what we can do is we can read table, or we can actually copy read table IT mapped into WA mapped index 3. Now, next is sorted tables. Supports linear index, index plus key access, supports both unique and non-unique. Standard only supports non-unique, but sorted actually is supporting both unique and non-unique. Key definition is mandatory. Okay. Now, let me oh, example 4. Okay. Data ITMAC type sorted table of TY MAC with unique key matness pras. Now, this is the syntax. Data ITMAC type sorted table of TY MAC with non-unique keys matness pras. And entries are sorted by key. Key is matness pras. So we can actually appoint and nominate what fields are unique. Append statement that we have used over here, append, is basically adding rows to the end of the table. Okay. Adds rows to the end of the table. Append statement in sorted table can result in error and program can crash as sequencing one gets disturbed, destroys the program. So we cannot actually use append with sorted tables. Reason being, if there is duplication, of course, then what will happen? So don't use append statement. If sorted is defined as unique, any record that is duplicate with a key will end in crash too. So you need to actually debug any program to come across that. You have to see if the table is sorted table and if it is using append statement. Okay. Instead of append, use insert. Insert WMACT into table IT mapped. Now, this is insert is a smart way of handling things. Okay. In sort table, entries are sorted by keys. In unique sorted table, any key with duplicate record is ignored by the system. I'll repeat this. In sort table, entries are sorted by keys. What are keys? Sorted table, unique key, matness, pras. In unique sorted table, which is this one, unique is matness pras in IT mapped internal table. Any key with duplicate record, which is matner is duplicate, is ignored by the system. Third type is now let me just okay, fine. Let me just finish this and then we'll hash table. Now, this is the third type of table. No linear index, can't read with index. So index is not needed. Index is what the list. It actually shows how many records are there in the table. Only supports unique keys. Key definition is mandatory for this. Entries are not stored in any specific order. So the syntax is this: data ITMAC type hash table of TY MAC with key unique key Matner. Limit of internal table is limited by size, not number of records. Hash table has 2 GB or 2 million records limit. On standard table, read statements perform a linear search. Okay, read statement. So, if you do an exercise on Excel with 100 to 2100 records under ITMAC table, standard tables will take more time to retrieve data. Sorted tables with unique keys use binary search because it divides the table into two. If any part number is greater than search number, then the other part is searched. Okay. If any part's number is greater than search number, then the other part is searched, which means that the database is divided into two, the table. And if you're searching for an example, material number 10, and there are 100 numbers, number is 100, last number of material number is 100, then it will see the sorted table will actually compare whether number 10 is smaller than 51 to 100 or greater. If it is smaller, then it will ignore 51 to 100 and it will look between 1 and 50. Hash tables record are not stored in particular order based on hashed algorithm. Every record created has a unique key to identify. Storage location is identified. It locates the record location using hash address. It doesn't scan table one by one. The record is fetched to the work area. Since the table is not scanned, it doesn't matter how many records are stored in the table. Data retrieval is constant in hash table. It is faster in hash table. Whenever using a free key, the system uses linear search, like data ITMAC type hash table of a unique key matner. Read table ITMAC into WMAC with table key matner 300. Okay, that is the syntax. Standard tables gives flexibility due to non-unique key features. It gives like to use different characters like matners plus. Sorted and hash tables have unique keys. Only one field is used as a category. Standard tables are slow, but searches are dynamic. Okay. ITMAC type standard table of TYMAC, and work area basically is copying the structure. So that basically is one feature in standard table that it has dynamic approach. Okay. I hope this is all clear. Okay, I'll just save this. So let's do it in the next chapter now, next lecture.